Hello, everyone, and welcome to the sixth edition of the RedMist Outfit Wars Podcast. Today we have some great people, starting with the CokoSachta.
Yeah, hi, I'm the CokoSachta, playing this game for now about 2.5 years, outfit leader and infantry squad leader for Reapers.
Then we also have Doc P.
Hi, I'm still Doc P and I still lead HOT and I still play the video game. What's up?
Then we also have Coco
Hey guys, RedMist Outfit Leader here.
and Path Daddy, who looks very happy.
I still fly, I still lead HR, the usual.
And then we have somebody new, CokoSachta. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, sort of. Hi guys, I'm CokoSachta, and yeah, I play for 1vs4, mainly focused on air, probably where I'm needed, and infantry gameplay.
And I myself am Drakoy. I will be your host for tonight. I've been playing Fanside since 2013 and been in RedMist since. One of the first games that was probably the most interesting to watch this weekend I want to go over is Bog versus 1v4. Coco, how did that go for you guys?
Yeah, I think we all saw that match. I think Baf streamed it as well, did some commentary on it. Harsh match, not gonna lie. 8 people down, not much you can do. Yeah, it's crucial to have the pop, at least even when you're down 8 people. It seemed like 6, but we got disconnects.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. We didn't have people to properly do back caps or support or anything.
I
And
know
also,
that feeling.
yeah,
it sucks.
it sucks. Yeah, and also you don't have you have to dedicate more people, which are not usually flying, to do at least something to prevent the bird we are all aware of. So we didn't get at least that much ground pounded, but they still had air control most of the match. We were doing just like those plunges to alleviate the pressure a little bit. Not much more we could do there. And yeah, what are these 4 weeks now, 5 weeks of the game? It's just too long. It's hard to commit people which are not committed as we are when we have thousands of hours in the game. And yeah, it's Fridays and Saturdays, right? So we are struggling on that front, as noticed, as seen in the match, actually, dropping the people 8.
So you also had issues because it was a Friday match?
Yes, a lot of, at least few of our better players were not able to make it.
What do you guys think about having RPG like only Saturday Saturday matches, but on a longer time span, like maybe like 3 or 4 time slots? Would that be fixed? Because I hear that from many outfits now that they struggle for Friday pop.
I think outfits will struggle either way because, for instance, I know that some people have their Saturdays, like early Saturdays, they go out and do stuff like outside of the house, and they just come out but they're more free at the evening. So all those earlier spots will probably have the same problem as Fridays.
People have their lives, right? So
yeah,
some of us,
at least.
Yeah, I have to agree for sure for the Fridays because I was supposed to cast the match myself as well, and then I was just in traffic from work, and I had so much traffic that I literally could not make the match with what I normally could. So if I would have to play on Friday, I wouldn't have made it as well.
It's a struggle. Not gonna lie.
You can't even join it late, right? That's the next issue. Like, even if you can't make it the first 5 minutes, if you could join then, it would be fine, right? But even that's not possible.
Yep, exactly like that.
Did
So to answer your question, Pef, I'm not sure. I don't honestly know. Maybe do it in a quicker succession. I don't know. Not stretch it over 2 months, probably.
Oh, you mean the whole tournament?
Yeah.
Have like
Ah,
2
okay.
games, for example, in the same weekend, or what? Or do you
Might
mean
be, yeah.
during the week
You
as
can
well?
probably schedule yourself a gaming weekend, right? It's plausible for most people. It's like, hey guys, sorry, but this weekend I will play 4 matches in my one of the favorite games, and then you're good to go, right? Not like every Friday or Saturday. That's
Yeah,
just my opinion. Yeah.
maybe this whole population thing like will get fixed with alliances if they implement them right. Hopefully, because then
Probably.
We
then
will
it
see.
doesn't matter if it's a Friday or Saturday match when you have enough people like you can assign to matches.
Our alliance is gonna be that much different than what we have right now.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
You'll have more teams probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Well,
feel like people are already like merging what they need to merge.
yeah, people are merging a lot in
Yeah.
this Outfit Wars.
Yeah, and about
I mean,
merging.
you have to. It's
Mhm.
normal, right? But like, I don't think alliances are gonna like. I mean, the only thing you lose when you leave your outfit is like a name, and I mean that's important to some people, but I don't think it prevents that many people from wanting to play Outfit Wars.
Mhm.
You-
Yeah, but you know,
About merging, do you plan to like stay as 1 versus 4 and like expand the outfit and like playing the next season as well?
well, we'll have to do some reviews on the players we have, because I think we accepted a little not as great players. So yeah, we will probably review that. It's up to the leaders, right?
Mhm.
So
So you want like a competitive kind of like outfit, small.
the thing with the new people is you don't always get the people that are willing to participate in some trainings, some cooperations. They're just for the Outfit Wars. So there were definitely people we didn't see in trainings, and since we liked people, they joined the Outfit War, like the match itself. So it was struggle even on that front for us. So we have to be a little bit more cohesive in that. But not much you can do. The population on the VS is ridiculously low on Cobalt. Nobody wants to play them. Not gonna blame them.
Yeah, I think in general, as like for VS, there was only one option if you wanted to play Outfit Wars, and it was you guys. To be honest, like I don't think
Yeah.
anyone took boys seriously in the start, and it's
Our boys didn't want to even attend in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That was prior to the Outfit Wars. There were discussions that some boys members wanted to participate, and it's mostly casual outfit, right? Just people having fun and stuff. So you cannot blame them. So the people were that some of them that were in boys and wanted to play joined us in 1vs4, and we tried to make the best out of it. And we did fairly okay-ish when we played infantry play, and actually could do something and not be locked out on the map
I know
by
that
air.
feeling.
Yeah, yeah, it's the air game it's a pain to get pilots, man. Oof.
Because if you look at the stats of your game, you guys really didn't do bad for being less people down. Like KD wise, you're close to all. Like there's a 50 kill difference in that long a game. That's close to nothing. I think that shows that you guys played well, but like lost, I would say, more tactically, and also because your player numbers. But you guys still put up a very good fight if you can lose and still have a decent KD. Like you were still having close. You had more kills than Bulk. What is insane for
I'm
losing.
not gonna say we were not probably struggling as much in infantry combat,
Mm-hmm.
but the lack of spawn options, it's what gets you. And those 8 people, yeah, they were missing.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel that. Though I think we played well and we didn't get warp gated by any team, so that's a win, at least
For
something.
sure.
Yeah,
Not even by hot. Yes.
For a completely new team, like you did really, really well. Like so well, like no one had you on the table. I think like no one thought about 1 versus 4 in the beginning. Like even
I
if you
did.
go back, okay, yeah. But the mostly like in the first podcast, we even talked about that. I think,
I
and
saw
no
that
one
one. Yeah.
rated you so high, and I think you did really, really well for a complete new outfit. And I'm really, really looking forward like to next Outfit Wars, what you can put up there.
That's up to debate, right? If we will be attending next Outfit Wars, if it will be the same format or something slightly different, we'll see.
I hope.
I hope so. I hope teams don't give up right away. That would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'cause
hope.
there's a lot to improve for everyone.
I really hope to
Yeah.
see you guys again for sure.
We'll see. The networking part is also important in the Outfit Wars. We are lacking that. The connection between other teams. You know, some fillers.
Yeah, I would say.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Coco.
I think that comes up to having like constant relations with other outfits, like before Outfit Wars. Like for instance, we have with Kath and Fifth and BJ and whoever else was on the team. We had like those are outfits that we know and we play with, and we play with the players during all the time prior to Outfit Wars. So I think that's basically what you need to do. Just have that on like a low burn stove, and just keep doing it. Make sure you have the good relations.
Important. Interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The networking is very important.
Yeah, because alone as an outfit, there are a few outfits that can pull it, that have the player numbers, but as a midfit, you need to work together with other outfits. Because otherwise, like, maybe you're able to field 48 people once, but you need, realistically...
I think we did once, yeah.
Realistically, you need a player pool from 60 to 80 people to be able to play Outfit Wars in all its weeks. Because I think we had, like, more than 20 guys that, or like for RedMist, that couldn't play last game. That said, like, we're not able to play. So that's a lot. That's like 1/4 of your team that can play, basically.
For sure, yeah.
You always need kind of like the double amount. Like if it's like 50 players you need for the match, or like 48, you need like 100 people to choose from. That's like the rough. That worked in the past as well for like lane smash and stuff. Unless it's always hard.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Let's go to our next game of, I think it was Friday still? Hot versus Reborn. How did that go, Path?
I think that was pretty obvious from the beginning how it will end, and Hot dominated that map play and like the RBN overall. And I think they like needed only like 20 minutes. Yeah. Doc, how long did you need?
I don't know. I don't keep count.
Yeah.
27 something. I don't know.
It was the game lasted 22 minutes and 50 seconds. So 23 minutes about. Was there anything you were worried about in that game, or did you just say have fun this game, Doc? We will see how it runs.
I didn't really worry about it too much. No, we just kind of went in. We had a little fun just playing some smoke, which actually kind of worked out better than I thought. Although I had some RBN people message me trying to ask me for like how we did the smoke stuff. Don't do the smoke stuff. It's not good.
Especially for the casters, okay?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Think about that, please.
Maybe next time we make on Cobalt a gentleman's agreement to not use smoke anymore for the casters. It would be great, you know.
I'm down to that.
Because, and also in the air, stop running stealth. You cannot see anybody. But stealth is OP, so I don't think people.
But I just kind of autopiloted it. Didn't think about it too much, and not much happened.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't try anything. I still like. I'm talking more about like prep stuff. You know, we just threw people in the rosters. I told everyone, you know, if you want to get some kind of rewards, then this is the match for you to play. I don't think anyone actually even took me up on that offer. That's whatever. But I just played. I still made my calls, and the other leaders also still like played as they would, just to practice and get everyone still used to how to play. But other than that, we just played it through like a normal match.
Maybe an interesting, like, a question. Did you let like other players play that maybe didn't have really the chance to play yet? Because was like more of a game that would be for sure, like beforehand, you knew it would be possibly like a high chance of winning. Did that change your
Yeah.
roster?
I wanted to, but if I remember right, barely any of the people that like weren't around very much even signed up for it. So we just ended up with a normal roster anyways. I like informed people, You can, if you just want to have a good time and you didn't play much yet, you can sign up and I'll put you in. Cause like at the start of the whole thing, I told everyone, if you're in this team, you get to play at least one match.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to honor that. But most people just kind of didn't mind too much, I guess. Otherwise, they would have signed up.
Yeah, because I think it's important for outfits, like even if for not your best players, like hot is a bit different because it's even a harder mix, I think, than some outfits they're playing. But like you let your lesser people, they're not bad, but like just lesser people in your outfit also have a chance of trying it out, Outfit Wars, even if they're not super competitive. If you know you're in a game, you're probably gonna win easily. And you have the numbers, of course, because then you need to have the numbers for that as well. Like, you let them try it, and maybe they have fun and they will try harder and get better themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I still try to make sure everybody actually has fun playing their match, right? Like the way it works is that the people can actually choose what kind of classes they can play, and I just try to accommodate that as best as I can.
I like that
Which has been working pretty
cheeky smile on the Puff that is face.
I don't think Drakoy realizes of what players hot consists, honestly, but yeah.
I do,
was
but
smiling.
but I mean I meant it more for like I think they still have people like Hod is like one of the most, let's say it like that, stacked outfits there is this Outfit Wars for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe that stack player has a friend that wants to play Outfit Wars once too, So who knows?
Build that smile.
We had a few people that were kind of just like surrogates of other people, and I think I invited a few of them. There's been a bunch of people. We had a whole thing where like a lot of ringers were invited like mid-season, and most of them didn't even end up playing. I wasn't a big fan of that.
Ringers.
Ringers, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we have like a small kind of group of Miller players that are in the team as well, right? And there was a little bit of panic about, what if they can't play and they have a match and oh no, and we need to bring more people in.
It's a good
And
point.
It is, but I don't think. First of all, it's like kind of, I don't want to call it an ego thing, but for me, it feels better when we're not like loaded up with 15 ringers, just like padding out the team. I try to at least keep it with people that I at least have somewhat of a connection to and know. Obviously some of them are not really people I play with that much, but I want someone, if they're in the team, I want them to at least consistently be there and play and not just like jump in one time and then be out again because I needed them for that exact match.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The way.
How many players does Hod have, if I may ask? Like, how big is their player pool?
Let me check the Discord. It has 90 people in it right now. And like the thing is, I'm pretty sure like a good 10 of them didn't play a match yet.
Yeah.
Maybe not 10, maybe a little less than 10.
Let's say you have like for sure a pool of 80 people that are actively playing Outfit Wars. That I think for outfits that's also interesting for them to know if they want to join next season, that you need a pool from about 80 people if you want to survive every match, basically, because people sometimes will skip a match just because they're tired of playing it, or they just cannot attend.
From
Yeah,
what
for
I
sure.
know, from what I noticed from Lane Smash and Outfit Wars, if you take the number of playing players at a match, have at least double that. So Lane Smash is 24, have at least 45 to 50 players. Outfit Wars at least 90 if you want to make sure you have 48 for every match.
I would say we move on to the next game. Probably one of the closest games as well this weekend was RE4 against Hydra. How did that go, Composer?
Yeah, very close. Well, it went expected, to be honest. Although I have to say, props to you, Hydra guys. Your infantry is better than I anticipated. And I anticipated to get stomped, and it was worse than I thought it would be.
I honestly don't even know like much of our infantry players. I just know we have like a lot from US and like the Fiji people, I think, as well. So those are like all like seasoned 66 POC players as well, and they are pretty good, I heard. So yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, I mean, I would say it was a questionable decision because as an infantry person, you know how much air can fuck you up. But our force command decided to try and counter your air and not contest it, which went great.
It was Fawn, right? This time.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean,
What
we
would
knew
you,
what was going to happen.
what would you have done differently if you were force commander?
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Oh no. I mean, it's a tough match, right?
Mhm.
Whatever you do from our side, it will probably fail. But I don't know. I would have contested air. Even if that means lose the squad and get completely dunked on in the air for 10 minutes and then you run out of certs. But like, just dropping it feels a bit cheap because, like, for infantry, we had no chance of grouping up, doing pushes, doing anything outside of a building because there were instantly 3 air hammers killing us, let alone the infantry that would kill us all as well. But like, we didn't even have a chance to get an equal footing on infantry because there was air around. So
I heard you had this one mysterious Reaver pilot that was there to contest air.
we had a handful of them that pulled out of frustration in a way.
And that I think document one special one. I also noticed that one.
Is there a special one?
There was a special one, yeah.
That was
The Gankerman 69, right? That was
the
his name.
Gankerman 69. That's not a.
Oh,
Let's not
right.
talk about that too much. Though.
Oh, right, those two.
I don't know if Puff is in the know.
Huh?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I'm not following.
It's fine. Never mind.
Okay.
I have to
Doc, what do
say,
you know? Like, I was just surprised.
I know a bunch.
Are you a no?
I know a bunch.
Let's talk afterwards. Then.
let's just say I found out after the match
Yeah.
that very
you should know
special
too.
Reaver was there.
But it's better. Better not.
Wait, playing 2 characters on the same server? Ooh. Ooh.
Interesting.
I didn't say that.
You
Or
didn't?
you didn't deny it though.
Can either confirm or deny it, right?
But maybe just out of interest, one question to you, Puff. How did H at all prepare for the match? Or did
No.
you just went?
Honestly, we
Yeah.
that's no BM or something like that. We just don't like for any match.
Yeah.
And we won't even against Dior, I think. Maybe there's some talk right now on Discord, but there's like Gretchen just does this basic thing, like have the signups, then putting them into a squad. Maybe assign 2 more people to air who can like play flex. So we have like 6 or 8 in the air, and that's it. Like we don't, and then maybe like 1 sentence per squad for the opener. That's
Place a
it.
waypoint.
And place a waypoint. And from there on, it's just like, yeah,
Carnage.
that's it. There's like nothing against you or like BM wise. It's just like we just like it was clear from the beginning that it's kind of like a fun team. We don't expect anything. We just sign up and play, and that's it. Yeah.
You having fun so far?
Yeah, it was pretty fun so far. I mean, especially against RedMist. Like, I think like a lot hated that our best of 3 kinda.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I actually like the point system in a way, because it actually, like, in the group phase, it makes sure you get balanced matches, especially in the mid. And if we have like only like 10 signups on Cobalt. So we always played like RedMist because it was like our closest competitor. And I think you saw that in the matches. I mean, the first one and in the second one. I mean, the second one we were like 10 players down, and we saw how much influence then. And the third one we kind of won, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's kind of good and fine, and I had fun in Outfit Wars, and I think I even have fun next week against you as well. We probably will lose, but that's fine. Like, we know what we signed up in Hydra for, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking forward for the match.
Yeah, same.
I think that will
Gonna be
be
tough one.
a very interesting match to watch. We will talk about it like a bit later when we do our predictions. But you both have strong air, so I think the air fight and the opener is gonna be very fun to watch for sure.
Composer, one question. Is there like a big burnout in Reapers now? Because I heard like God saying they even struggle to get 48 people now, and I think the last match you never, like, no one spoke about that in Reapers. I always thought you have enough people for it.
Hard to say. I mean, we've been struggling for numbers all season, honestly. It's been close for every match. I mean, we talked about it earlier here. We have, I think, 60 players around that as our player pool. And I mean, for us, it doesn't matter whether it's Friday or Saturday. We have large groups of players that can't attend either on Friday or on Saturday. So we always struggled for numbers. And I feel like with this last match, I mean, we played Dior. People knew how that would go. I kind of feel like it just was a little fatigue, you know? I mean, we show up, we compete, sure, but like deep down, everybody knows it's kind of a lost cause at that point. And I wouldn't call it a burnout. It's more like, yeah, Outfit Wars over. It's fine. Let's see where we go next. You know?
Yeah. You can feel it. You get under a lot of pressure when you are in those kind of stompy matches, and yeah, it affects people most definitely.
Yeah, I think it's very nice of RE4. Like, they know they were gonna lose basically. Like, was pretty much known they were gonna lose, and still showing up with your full team and still trying your best. I think that's very respectable. Like we meme all on Fallen from time to time, but I'm happy he still got his team together, still got a plan together, and tried his best to try something out. Okay, maybe it wasn't the right call to go like give up air, but at least he tried something. It's not that he said, "Oh, we're not gonna care this game." They still tried their best, and I think that is a good competitive spirit, and I think that will help them in the future as well.
I think you own that your players, right? As a leader, to take every match seriously and not just like don't invest any time into it and then like make your people die over and over, and then in the end, like, oh yeah, it kind of sucks. I honestly I thought about like they gonna do like a more meme opener with like 48 galaxies or something like that, but not even that happened. So yeah, props for trying actually and trying something. That was great.
I wouldn't write off any losable match ever as like a useless match. There's always a lot of stuff to learn. Like, I remember when I started out doing Jaeger stuff and shit, we took every match as even if they were really hard, and basically lost to like learn from them. Especially when you're playing people that are really good, that's the people you want to learn from because they're doing stuff that wins games.
You only learn from losers, right?
Yeah, not exclusively.
Like, not only,
but you usually learn more from them.
Yeah, the most. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of funny because I would say the match IE4 as an outfit learned the most was against the RedMist in the RedMist match. We learned so much in that game alone.
Yeah, there
Like
you go.
how to play map, how to play the bases, all that stuff. And I think you saw that for the podcast last week. I rewatched our match against Zergras. When I compared that to our performance against RBRN, I feel like you can see that we got better between the matches.
But that's
And-
great if you actually see improvement as well, because then it's good.
I want to
Yeah.
back up the Thanatos on this one. I think you learn more from close matches than you learn from stomp matches.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you have just more time to learn. Like, it's a little hard to draw conclusions out of that H match because whatever we did,
Yeah.
it usually failed in like 30 seconds.
That's rough.
That's rough, yeah. And against RedMist, there was way more time because things we tried actually worked out a little bit here and there. And then we could see what you guys were doing against us. And then we found out the things we had planned as counter actually worked out or didn't. And then we modified them. Kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping teams can work on themselves more to like come into the next Outfit Wars season and can like realize their weakness and maybe have people, just put in a little bit more time and get rid of the game too. And then we can have a more competitive. That's not like against anyone. I just mean that in general because that was
No, you're
also my
completely right.
experience.
Yeah, you're right about that. But how you make those people stay? That's another question for the long term.
Well, I mean, it's what made me stay in competitive tournaments, and I mean, for me it was like a lot of years back when the like 12v12 tournaments were happening. And what made me stay was when we just actually had a lot of fun, winning matches, or even we had a specific match where it was like against LPS, who were like destroying everyone in 12v12 back then, and we were like a really shitty team at that time. And we managed to actually take a round of them in like the second tournament or something. And that was like the most fun I had in any Jaeger match. And that, I think, motivated everyone to just keep going and keep playing and actually strive to win matches.
That was the DDRG times, right?
No, that was before that. That was like
That was before that, okay.
MTech,
MTech, oh, yeah.
MEDK plus
Oh.
Hextech.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
DDRG was 66.
Yeah, but I also like, especially the Hydra and HOTS, they have the players who play the game now longer than 5 or 6 years, or even like from the start. And those players kind of like never get a burnout. I mean, they get a burnout, but they always come back at some point, especially for events like this. Like competitive stuff, like even let it be lane smash, always brought people back, in my opinion, to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we see that more with server smash, not server smash, with Outfit Wars. So,
Yeah, and you get the same old people all the time, almost.
And having new people stay longer, I don't know. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
exactly with that kind of a competition. Like, if those people are interested in that, I think this is a reason you can stay at a game, right? Because like live play, at some point it gets boring.
Especially in the state it is right now.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the last match that was played. It was Dior versus RedMist. Dior won very convincing against us. I would say it was mainly like their air was very strong and very dominant. Like we faced Hydra air, but this was like, for us at least, I felt on another level. Like just the vehicle kills alone were insane. I think most kills were by Banshee.
So that's your tactic, right?
Yeah, they just have more like flex players and more people who can just fly. And they just fly then. Doesn't matter for them. That's why it feels like that, I think.
I was a little sad to see a lot of dying galaxies and Valkyries that didn't make it to the destination in that match.
Yeah,
I think at that point you need to realize that you can't, like, that's something you cannot do when you don't have the air.
Yeah, and what do you do then, Doc? I mean, you were never in that position, right? But
Yeah,
what
I mean,
is your position when you lose air? Like, if
Look-
you are completely lost on air, what are you doing then? know it's-
my very first thought was something like a Sunday train. Like,
Okay.
that's your only other spot. we talked about this like as the match was going. I kind of talked about it in Discord, and like the plan that I kind of came up was, lowering your infantry and doing your best to still contest air, but mixing it in with more vehicles and like getting some more rep sunnies plus tanks plus plus some rangers on there. Maybe even this might be like the only place where I could accept someone pulling a Skyguard. Just one, just a tiny.
Just
Yeah,
that one
I
player
feel it.
that you will doom forever.
So you can mix it together because you need to contest there. You just, I think we've seen it's almost impossible, except when
giving
the
up-
enemy infantry is just absolutely trash.
Giving
And
up on
but,
air
yeah,
is a
that
death
wasn't-
sentence. Like you
And,
always need to contest.
it's really hard to contest. People are stacked, pilots are stacked, and the rest of us, not as many pilots though left.
I mean, time to fly, right? Time to get in the air game.
God damn,
but
you
then
know
you
how
get
painful it was.
Yeah, and then you get into gang squads.
Yeah.
And then
Hours
you get
included,
thrown out.
might I say? I'll add that. I'll take the blame. Hours included.
Yeah, me watching the minimap is like, only scythe in the air. Oh, there's a 3 hot reavers. That's nice. 6 RedMist mosquitoes. That's lovely.
Hey, at least we can't fly and we gank. It's better than being able to fly and ganking.
It was a pleasure. Yeah.
To be honest, I think on live you learn a bit how to fly, but I think the most, like, if you want to properly train, there is a community out there. I think it's Prey Flight School where you can do like 1v1s, etc. And like you can go on Jaeger,
Sure.
fight people. I think that's I will even link it below this podcast. I think for people wanting to learn to fly, that is like one of the places to go. I think maybe Pav can say a bit more about that.
Yeah, Prey's flight school is like the bunch of Prey. They opened that Discord 4 years ago already, to get more people into flying, and those people are all nice, really nice people. And you can have like a safe haven on Jagger. You get an account. You can like 1v1 people, like even better people than you, and you always get like feedback, what you can do better and improve. And I think getting strong in 1v1 is like one thing, but doing like fighting properly in like
Group fight.
air fights with like 12 people is like on something completely different level. Only like you can't really practice that. It just
Definitely,
comes
yeah.
with like over the years flying together with those people, and that's why you usually like a bunch of people never flew together. And I mean, that's even like an example for Dior. Like they consist of a lot of players. They never really played together, and you can see that we fight them quite often on live, and I think Hot's also fighting them a lot on live. Their team play in the air is not really that good. They just try to overpop you, but their communication isn't really good. And air fighting, like group air fighting, is one of the hardest things I think you can do in this game, because you kind of have to rely on your people, and you rely on their decisions as well. Like if one fucks up, it means the whole death of the squad sometimes.
Yeah, because I think if one person overextends, that loses you basically one ESF in the air, and that can tip the balance of basically damage per second. As simple as it sounds. Do you like talking maybe like towards next week? Do you think you have strong, like, do you think you will be able to contest here of the year as age?
I mean, we try to contest it, obviously, because if you don't contest it, it's basically over, right? We will see how it goes. Like, we also have to see how the Miller matches are, because you have some crossovers there as well. And again, if it's a Friday match, we're gonna be like 10 people down, and then it's over anyways. So yeah, we try to contest them. They will have double the numbers in the air 100%. But if we can contest and our infantry can do some magic, then we maybe even have a shot. So yeah. And even if we lose, we are completely fine with that. I think then we play against Borg in the place of like match about place 3, right?
I hope there is one. I'm not sure if there is.
should be. Pretty sure there is one. And I think that match will gonna be like pretty good as well again. So yeah. So we have to like Hot can deal with Dior in the finals, and I think he already won like 2 times, right?
I don't want to do. I'd love to play Hydra now. I
Yeah.
came into the tournament hoping to play as many teams as possible.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It was
I
kind of
also
So did we.
yeah, a little bit sad that he never
Mhm.
faced Hot as well, but yeah, it is what it is.
oh,
I
you can
guess.
make it happen.
It was
You
great.
can,
I believe
yeah.
in you.
Yeah, maybe.
Just try hard
Enjoyable
enough for
match.
once. And
Maybe Gankoman plays for us.
yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think for us to go back to the Dior versus RedMist game, I think like having the air was like not having the air at all was very rough. I think we tried to hold it, but we maybe should have even either got a lot more pilots into the air or switch it out, like you said, to more ground vehicles. And maybe like interesting how you get people on points, like on Bitter Gorge, for example. Flashes, man. Just drive your flash there and you get back on that point. I think that's the only way. Like if you get cloak flashes, I think.
There are definitely some strategies that are cheeky that could work in the heat of the battle, for sure.
I think that's something Smiles also suggested when we talked about it, like cloak flashes and hacking and beacons. Is one of the only ways that is not contested by air.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody would go like for the, for example, the Nexus base and try to hack the enemy terminals like at the opener. I think that would be very cheeky, but I don't know how he would get there fast enough. But that would be very interesting if somebody
For
tried
what,
that.
though? Like the warp gate is like 10 meters behind that. I mean, it doesn't matter for air vehicles if you pull from that base or from the warp gate, honestly.
No, but if you hack the enemy's terminal, like air turrets.
Okay. Okay, I know it. Okay.
It's annoyance.
Like that would like, I think it would mainly like create some diversion, if that makes sense. It would pull your attention away from the battle and make you like look behind you as well. But I'm not sure how much that base can actually shoot. It depends how forward the enemy air is as well. If the enemy air is holding back, I think that could be interesting. But if the enemy air, like we faced, is Dior, it was very forward, like they were basically on our hills, to say it like that, then I think it doesn't matter if you hack those terrorists.
We had a really funny match. I think it was streamed on Osprey's channel, where those two AA turrets were shooting each other. That was glorious moment.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was a live moment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Go on.
I would say let's go maybe towards the predictions a bit of next week. Hot versus Bog.
Bok will get warp gated.
I actually don't
I think so too.
I think Bog have improved a lot. I think they can do a little better than before and manage to defend the Nexus.
But I think it comes down again to air, and Borg air isn't really good, honestly. And you will completely dominate the air, and then you will completely dominate the infantry as well. They have no
That's
way
likely.
or room to move around, and that
Very-
will be
yeah.
the flaw. They
And
will
that-
maybe defend their home base. I mean, maybe I give them a good shot there, but I think you will get to that home base, and you maybe even get it in the end because of the air, 100%.
Yeah, and Bok's infantry is not as strong.
They
as
did
you might
they did
think.
get some extra players. Is
Yeah.
mainly why I'm saying.
Yeah, they have like
could be.
18 different players from the first match they played. So yeah, some changes were made.
Yeah, I think Bog for sure grew in this tournament. I think it's one of the teams that we predicted that would do better at the start, but then like kind of disappointed a bit. But I feel as they got further in the tournament, they started playing better though. Maybe it's because of different players, maybe because of different strategies.
Might be.
It's both possible. But I think we can agree that they improved from for sure their first games.
Didn't Murdoch talk about last podcast how they took things more seriously and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they actually like had a talk and basically said, do we want to like take this serious, or do we just want to just play it casually, basically? And they chose to take it more seriously.
And they most definitely did. And it goes back to the networking.
Yeah, I think knowing people in PlanetSide is huge in a way. Because if you can set up good alliances for your outfit, because if you can gather the best players on the server, you have such a higher chance to win the event, even if they didn't play together for so long. Because I think HOT is a bit an example of like getting so many good players together, and I think most of them, I can be wrong, Dogby, please correct me if I'm wrong, like most of them like did not play that much together before Outfit Wars.
That is actually pretty wrong, I would say. I mean, we played with 1KPM a lot already, and 1KPM and ATM did a lane smash together before, which is the reason we connected like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I've been more or less acquainted with most of the people in ATM, especially with 1KPM. We were like, it was like probably like a year ago when Baumi did the 6v6 tournament, where when like a bunch of our players played that with them, and from there like Discourse and TeamSpeak started overlapping. And ATM was because the CBT team, which is where most of the ATM players are from, connected with the 1KPM guys as infantry support, and then we just kind of put everything together.
But you also joined like lane smash the last match, or like the last 2 matches, right? Pretty late.
I mean, I joined WFAT, so I don't actually know about
yeah,
that.
true. That was
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had something in mind, but yeah.
It might have. I think like both me and the 1KPM guys joined their respective teams during the playoff like roster switch deal.
Yeah.
And maybe an interesting question is, what's the plan for a HOT after Outfit Wars? Or do you guys like do regular ops, or I actually have no clue, to be honest.
I mean, before Outfit Wars, we've been doing weekly ops. I mean, I've been doing them. We're still doing some, but other people are organizing them because I'm putting more time into Outfit Wars stuff, and after that, I don't really have the motivation to also run ops.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm gonna like do ops again after Outfit Wars, just because it's usually a fun time when I do have the time and motivation for it. To just get everyone together for it.
It's more like a question if the outfit will stay, and I'm pretty sure that will.
Yeah.
Will stay.
Yeah.
Are you planning on like going to a different faction for if there's another season of Outfit Wars?
I don't think so. No.
Collecting all the banner frames for every faction on Cobalt, or
I mean,
just like...
I actually did not think about that yet.
You're giving them ideas, man.
It might be something to consider.
Yeah. They're obvious fast next time. You will see.
That would be interesting to watch.
I mean, because it's pretty clear that NC is like the best faction for competitive play. It doesn't matter if it's like only air stuff or like lane smash or Outfit Wars. It's just too good at the moment.
Hopefully somebody will reflect on it in the future. Maybe. We can hope.
So.
We'll see.
Maybe someone will reflect on shotguns in the Newton as well.
The Newton.
That would be glorious. Don't get your hopes too high, though.
I'm getting as much out of it as I can at the moment.
I think for sure it's like if you're in C, just at close range, like you just win a lot more. Like your close range fight, I think you have decent advantage with the shotgun. Even like a bit lower skill player can still make that shot, I feel.
Same on TMR at the moment. Like any shotgun is OP at the moment, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as an air player, not playing much infantry, but shotguns are disgusting at the moment.
You were actually ahead of the meta. You've been maining auto shotguns since years, right? Whenever you played infantry.
Me?
Yeah.
I have not a single shotgun Aurex. I'm an SMG infiltrator.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking like, whenever we played like lane smashes and stuff, and the rare occurrences when you were on the ground, you usually see the auto shotgun come out.
Never.
Really?
You're mixing me up 100%.
Actually?
I never played shotgun. No, really. I think I can't remember. Nah.
Now,
Time
now
to check your stats.
time to go in the deep stats and find out if you ever used.
Old VODs, but I can't remember me playing shotguns.
All right, my bad then.
Yeah. I bought one now for Hydra.
For Hydra.
Yeah, I bought one and invested the ASP in the NG because I got told running with a commissioner into a point hold, it's better to have just a shotgun there, and I kind of agree with that.
Understandable. Yeah, and then the next game of next week is probably Age versus Dior. I think that is gonna be probably the most interesting game to watch, and it will be like I think one of the first games for sure if Age can pull a full team that they will be I think fully challenged. That makes sense.
So on the presumption of Hydra making it with 48 players, right?
Mhm.
That's the prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see Hydra win though. So I think they will put up a good fight, and I don't think they will warp gate them. But yeah, if they get the air dominance, hopefully, then they can use all the good stuff. So I give it to Hydra.
Yeah, I don't think there will be any warp gating.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dior are a bit unstable, in their
Yeah, they
in their
lost a few
playstyle.
times now.
Like you might get rolled, but if you get a really good start, you could probably get a good advantage on them and get them on the back foot enough to win the match.
I think
But
it's
it's very dependent on airs.
Yeah, I think it's even close, or like we're gonna fight around our home base in the end. I don't think they get our home base honestly, but it's either that like close match or they get like 8-1 and then we defend our home base. That's kind of it, I think. My prediction is for Dior actually. I have to be honest. Yeah.
I think it also depends what players you can pull. If we're like, if you can get all your best pilots together that are in Age, like it depends on who's available as well. I feel for the matches.
That's like 5.
Like, if you have, I don't know, like get your best team out. I think you have a good chance in the air for sure. But it also
Maybe a few more Genko men.
that's also a thing. That's also for the other thing. Like you don't know if not everyone can attend every match every week. I feel like some people do, but I think most people will for sure have missed one match in Outfit Wars. So it will be interesting to see if like what Dior brings from there.
And I saw in chat yesterday, in Arshi's Twitch chat, that Ometen quit the Dior team.
Oh,
So there
yes.
seems to
Yeah,
be
I saw that. Yeah, I saw him with a
some
different town.
trouble there. I don't know if other people are quitting too.
Yeah, I think it's just Ometen.
I mean, I don't blame him. I don't know why he didn't, because usually he played with us in the other Outfit Wars.
That's what, like we were playing with Buddha, like a Dior player, and that evening, and he was like playing on TR, and he got like he saw Ometen came online and leaving the outfit with like the message "fuck you guys." It was kind of
Yeah.
funny, and we also talked about that. Why didn't Ometen play for Hot in the first place? I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot about it. I probably would have asked him if I didn't, but he also didn't contact us at all.
Yeah, and then
I
he
might
watched
see if I
like
can get him for next one.
yeah, and then he watched like Dior versus RedMist. Like I think Ometen was also in RedMist at some point, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
RedMist,
like two
yeah,
ex-outfits fighting each other.
Yeah. Us and him have a very weird drama past.
Yeah, but I don't think more people will drop from Dior because you don't even get any reward if you drop off the outfit. I think.
There has exclusive league. There has been someone that wanted to from the other wanted to join us.
Really?
And, like
Ooh.
straight up switch for this tournament. I'm not gonna say the
Did
name
you
because that would
accept
be
or not?
no.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because
That's weak shit. I'm not doing that.
yeah,
That's
I
Both
feel
from
like
us and from them.
if you play for a team, like for that season for that team, you should play out the season.
Yeah.
But I think it is interesting if, like, you don't know what's happening behind the screens in the or like I personally have no clue. It is interesting if people want to leave and stay for another hour. Something going on. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe there is something going on, and people aren't happy there.
Might have
And
been a
I've-
little bit of panic, like right after the match.
Oh, okay.
Some hard pills to
But-
swallow.
But
And
I don't know anything, so
like ringing is one thing, right? To get your numbers and stuff. I think that's honestly I'm fine with that. But I think it's getting difficult if we have now like the playoffs now and like a team drops out and all the good players now stack again in that outfit which is still in. And I think
Mhm.
this is the point where ringing is a really big problem actually, in my opinion.
no,
And I know,
outfit
like,
switching
Hot's-
is stupid.
Yeah, we wouldn't accept that, and I think Hot not as well. But I can actually see like Ruin from Miller, they went out, and I'm pretty sure those people will now play for Dior as well, like stack up on Dior, on Cobalt. And I think it's a different server. I mean, that's something else, right? But having that on the same server, now having like 1 versus 4 people now playing for Borg, for example, I think that's a little
Nah,
bit
we'll
scummy.
pass.
Yeah, but in theory, and I think there's the real issue with ringing, like in the final matches. Then
Yeah, I think it should, like, I don't know how to do it for Daybreak game, but it shouldn't be possible, or it should be at least like some sort of bannable in a way. If you just make
it is, but you simply can't like just create a new character, a new account, and then you're good.
True.
Just like you don't have to be dumb enough to stream it, right?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for sure if you're not a super known figure, but I guess you play with the best teams then. But if you're not like super known, and people don't really know your voice too well, they're not gonna recognize. I guess you could easily, like, if one of voice people would have technically applied for RedMist, and we didn't know he played for boys in the past or something. He made a full new account. We didn't know his name, and he tried to play in Outfit Wars. I think he could have maybe done it. Possibly. And that's the thing, like, I wouldn't say, does the outfit even himself know? That's also a thing you need to think about.
I think on a high level, the people know what people will like apply, and I think otherwise you won't have this people playing for you anyways, right? I mean, by accepting a random BR5 if you don't know who it is, right?
You
Yeah.
can always take your chances, right?
Take your chances with a BR5, you know. Just hope for the best. Maybe he's a god. I want to thank you all for attending this week of Outfit Wars podcast. I'm looking forward to next week for sure. The H versus Dior game. I hope Ball can do something crazy against Hot and somehow touch their warp gate base. I don't know how they will do it, but you know, maybe. And see you guys next time.
So,
Been
yeah.
a pleasure. See you
Thank
guys.
Thank you.